All right, everybody, still out at the range. It's your boy Gene. I have the Bodyguard 2.0 Performance Center Carry Comp, and I've already done, and again, I invite you to go check them out, an initial thought video. I did a video where I compared the original to this one, and now what I'm doing is different ammunition. Now, with that being said, I don't have every 380 round known to man. I just don't, okay? If there's a round that you would like to have shot through this gun that I don't shoot through it, because again, I spent $175 just on what little bit of ammunition I did pick up for this test, and I'm not buying anymore. So if there's something that you want to see ran through it, like this is the way I look at it. If everything I run through it today runs fine and you decide to carry this gun and the ammunition that you use won't run, just run a different ammo. I mean, but either way, I'm gonna run what was available to me and see if it runs it. I'm going to start out running the Winchester white box flat nose ammunition, because again, a lot of people complained on the original they had issues with flat nose ammunition. Mine never did, never had a problem with it at all. I'm gonna have to shut the camera off because I am using the magazines from my original to try to help expedite the video a little bit, but I will have to shut it off to reload a couple of times. But on this one, I have the S&B XRG. I have the Hornady 90 grain XTP is what I'll be shooting, and I got two magazines since people seem to have problems or said they did with flat nose ammunition. I'm gonna run 2 rounds both through it. 12, let's see, that'd be 12, 24, 25 rounds total of the flat nose ammunition. Before we get started doing that, as always, want to invite you to know Jesus Christ as your Savior. I invite you to pick up a King James Bible, humbly ask God to reveal himself to you if you don't believe it. If, like so many people have said, it's a fairy tale, well, you've got to be man enough, woman enough, human enough to pick up a Bible, humbly ask God to reveal himself to you, and I believe with all of my heart that he absolutely will, okay? Take care of that today. Today is the day of salvation. Or you can reach out to Amanda or I at gsquaredtactical.com, or I'm sorry, gsquaredtactical@gmail.com, or in the comment section. We'd be happy to share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Also, we would covet you going over to Patreon. Again, it costs a lot of money to do this, and it's really starting to be a drain, as I have said, the entirety of the year. Not that we're going broke doing it or anything. It's just that I don't want to pull from my personal funds other than what I would have already spent on firearms for ammunition and everything that goes into doing this: camera equipment, SD cards, all the average person has no idea, okay? I just want it to sustain itself. That's it. Don't care if it's a profitable thing. If it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. That's fine. All of it would go back into the channel. $5, $10, $20 a month. Click on the link in the corner of the screen, take you straight over there. Also, you can go to our website at gsquaredtactical.com. Again, click on the link in the corner of the screen, take you right to the website. You can pick up some merchandise. Also, you can click on the 3 lines in the corner of the screen. Scroll will pop down, click on support the channel, pick a tier, wipe out the price if you don't like what's in that tier, and put in the price you would like to pay. One-time donation. We're trying to encourage people to go that route because we do get the majority of that, okay? We get like 97% of that donation. Donation through Patreon ends up being about 93, 94%. If you do super thanks, Apple and YouTube takes about 60% of that combined. So we only get about 40% of what you donate through there. So if you want us to get the most of what you donate, you want it to go to the right place, the website's the place to go. But if you can't do any of that, we completely understand. Take this moment right now to hit the thumbs up and subscribe and watch the video in its entirety. That is absolutely free. So I'm going to start out with the flat nose Winchester white box ammunition and see if there are any issues running it. I have not ran any of this yet in the previous 2 videos, but here goes nothing. Well, went through that one without a problem. tell you, the more I shoot the gun, other than the fact that it's just eating me up, you know, big fat sausage hands riding the slide lock. You know, it's just like the original. I mean, it's, yeah, standing here at 12 yards, it's a very accurate little gun. You know, again, it was one of my most shocking lists last year. Okay, so we're going to start with the S&B XRG. Let's see, this is a, I don't see a grain on here. Let me see if it tells me what the grain is. 77 grains, okay? 11, 15 foot per second. So she's moving for a 380, that's for sure. All right, S&B XRG. Let's see what we got with that. 10 round mag. So ran that without an issue, if that's a round you're subject to running. All right, next we have the Hornady 90 grain XTP. I'm going to use a 10 round here, but I'm also going to put one in the pipe. Can't run too much of this ammo because I need some because I carry my original Bodyguard, so I need some to put back in it. 10 round Hornady 90 grain XTP. That's next up on the chopping block. And then we'll shut the camera off and get some other ammo loaded up. Okay, let's see what happened here. So it was a light primer strike. Again, I don't know. This happened one time in the first video. Definitely did not hit the primer hard enough to go off. It's not even close, okay? And in the first video, I could not determine whether or not it was because it didn't fully go back into battery. And when I pulled the trigger, the slide went forward. That's why I didn't notice it, but it just didn't hit the primer hard enough. But again, I'll take a quick picture of that so you know, before all of you people get all upset, that man's an idiot. Like, let me just take a picture of this so you can see that that wasn't hit nearly hard enough to go down range. And we'll just start over. That's all we can do. I have a black tie strap around the bottom of my camera tripod there, and one of the casings must have hit it, and I seen it moving, and I thought a flying snake was coming after me. Either way, it shot that, okay? That was the least pleasurable round to shoot right there. That would be 2 light primer strikes. Again, I can't tell. When I get home to edit the video, I'll try to slow it way down and see if it just wasn't going fully back into battery. Maybe it was stopping right before it went back into battery, and when I pulled the trigger, the slide went forward, but not in time enough for, again, the firing pin to fully impede the primer so that it would go down range. And then again, it just could be something with the firing pin. I don't really know, but that's the second time that I've had a light primer strike. Now understand, on the original Bodyguard, I put about 600 rounds through this thing, and even more so off camera since then, because like I said, I do carry it, and it's never had a single issue, not one, other than me riding the slide lock. There's never been a problem with it feeding whatsoever. No, it's certainly no light primer strike. So let's get some of this other stuff loaded up and we'll keep going at it. All right, so after watching the video back on the iPad, on the first time the light primer strike happened, I couldn't tell. I genuinely couldn't tell. I tried my best to see, but I'm 99.999, pretty much 100% sure this time that the slide just simply didn't fully go back into battery. Maybe it was off ever so slightly, and when I pulled the trigger, you could physically see the slide go forward. So that's the reason. It's nothing wrong with the firing pin. It just didn't fully go back into battery. So what I did is I loaded up another magazine of the Hornady XTP, the 90 grain. I had it set over here to the side because I was going to use it for carry ammo, but now that's up in my head. And after shooting some of this S&B XRG, I'm pretty impressed with that stuff. So I think I'm going to use it instead. But what I'm going to do here is let you see how, for everyone that says that I don't load this by hand, that they can't, you need a mag loader, I'm going to show you that it can be done, although it is very tough. All right, so the Hornady 380 90 grain XTP, and we're going to see if it happens with that ammo again. Just on the first round, I think after the first round, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna put some more of that. Wasted a little bit of time doing that, but I want to do it again just since we had a problem. That was pretty impressive right there. Maybe I should have kept, no. I like the S&B, it's fine. So either way, what I have here, do the same thing. I have my Hornady in the 10 round. Critical defense, so the little cute red tip on the end is also 90 grain FTX critical defense from Hornady. 10 round loaded up here, and we're gonna see how that goes. So I think the same exact thing happened there, because when I reset the trigger, it went down range a second hit. So I think the same thing happened, it just didn't fully go back into battery. Again, the gun is really wet. I mean, it came to me super wet from the factory. The barrel, the internals, everything is pretty oily, so I don't think it's from a lack of oil. And I've not quite put 200 rounds through it yet, so I don't think it's super dirty, and the ammo I've put through it hasn't necessarily been trash. Okay, this is another round that I carry most often. It is the Winchester silver tip 380 85 grain, and I've already ran some of this in another video and it did fine, but I'm going to, for the sake of this video and running different ammunition, I'm going to run it Winchester silver tip. Today was the first time I've ever ran any of this S&B XRG. I've never ran the stuff before. I was pretty impressed with it. Either way, so it ran the critical defense from Hornady with the little polymer tips. If I ever have problems, it's generally with that. I've already ran some of this AAC. This is 95 grain full metal jacket. Again, I've already ran some of it on a different video, but I'm going to put another one again just for the sake of this video. And so again, AAC, America's Ammunition Company, gonna run that. Just throwing them rounds over my head. Definitely a little sparkly. Threw quite a few sparks down range. Okay, so all I have left is ammo incorporated, and I have the Range Dynamics Fiocchi 95 grain. Just gonna go ahead while I'm sitting here talking, might as well finish up the video. What are my thoughts about it? Well, it does kind of bug me, and before anybody says anything, it does kind of bug me that I didn't have any light primer strikes with the original Bodyguard. Man, that thing's tight. No light primer strikes with the original Bodyguard. There was no issues of it not going back into battery because, you know, the trolls come out, especially the Smith fans. I don't know if Smith pays them to come out and put comments in the comment section. I'm not really sure, but they always come out. So I got the Range Dynamics from Fiocchi loaded up in that one there, and I'm gonna put the ammo incorporated in this one. That'll be the last two that I have available to me to shoot through it. Did run the flat nose without an issue. And but so it does kind of bug me that it has happened 3 times, although it was not a light primer strike, in that there's something wrong with the firing pin or internal of the gun, or that there's something wrong with the internals. It's just not fully going back into battery. And just so you can see how tough this thing is to load, just like the original was. So anyway, that's my ammo incorporated, and trying to get it to seat. Man, that thing's tight. Anyway, so I got the, what did I say? The Fiocchi Range Dynamics 95 green. That's what's up. That's what's in here right now. We're gonna go ahead and shoot that. I tell you, I don't remember the original one throwing them things back at my face like that. But this one has done that frequently. So we're gonna slap the ammo incorporated in here. Yeah, I figured that would happen. Having a hard time getting that one in that magazine. I was talking all that smack and then struggled to get one in there. Let's take that back out. I'll do this the other way. We'll just run 12. Man, that magazine was tight. You sat here and watched me do it in front of you. I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it now. I've been loading the thing all day. Ah, there we go. All right. Man, that's tight. Ammo incorporated. Quit talking that smack and just shoot it. Not bad, not bad. Put a lot of that through it, actually. That's 200 rounds today. I've had 3 situations where it did not go back into battery. One of them was with the Hornady XTP. One of them was with the, I think, the AAC. And then one of them was with, I can't remember what the other one was with. But either way, we had 3 of those where it didn't fully go back into battery. And I can't say that it was necessarily ammo related, as it did happen with 3 different types of ammunition, but I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it did, you know. That's going to be in the back of your mind always. But the gun shoots great. The gun shoots great, just like the original Bodyguard. I really like it. I'm going to do one more video where I get it out to 300 rounds, so 100 rounds after this one. And then I'll say whether or not I think it's worth going out and spending, you know, 500, 550, 600, whatever you spend with tax to buy this. I've seen some local brick and mortars here for $549 plus tax, or 600 bucks. Kind of have an idea what my answer is, but I'll wait till I do the final video to divulge that. But either way, it was a fun gun to shoot. And I think I put all the ammo that I have available to me through the gun. And I do thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, something I missed, something I said wrong, I'm sure I did. I'm sure I'll catch a lot of grief for the struggle to load a magazine, but I wanted to do that to be genuine so that you could see that not only can I load it without a mag loader, but it is tough to load. It gets a little bit easier. The original one is a little bit easier to load, but not by much. Believe me, the 10 rounders are way easier to load. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, on this beautiful day that the Lord has made, to God only be the glory.